The latest in the Gayest podcast is intended for listening by adult members of the LGBTQIA plus community and their allies. Discussions may contain material not suitable for folks under the age of 18. Listener discretion is advised.
This week, we memorialize some monumental mothers.
And ABC serves CUNT. All this and more on the latest.
And the gayest.
Now, Joshua,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you.
Yes?
Are you ready to play the Fame games?
No, I'm not actually.
It's okay, neither am I. I don't know if anybody is.
It's such a weird twist. I like it, but it's like,
I don't.
I don't know.
I don't like it.
I like it in theory.
I I think the writers I think the writers got lazy this season. Anyway, welcome to the latest in the gayest. Welcome back to
We're coming in
another
with some heat today. Coming in strong.
starting off strong. My name is Alex. Thank you so much for joining us here with my darling co-host. Say hello.
Hi, my name's Gary.
Couldn't be more true. Um, but I'm gonna be honest, I really don't know how I feel about the Fame games. Like, I'm excited that, the eliminated girls still get to showcase, like, their, looks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. But, so the premise of it is as the girls get eliminated, each week the fans vote on, like, who would have had the better eliminated look. And then at the end for the finale, whoever has the most votes gets like 50K or something.
Wait,
Is
so
like
is it? Do we all vote? Do we vote every week, or do we vote at the end?
I think it's weekly because they have to let or like don't they have to like showcase or I don't even know.
It's really
I
yeah. It's
I was confused because I thought it was like every week we pick who or like what queen or do they just like post their look and then
honestly,
at the end we get to like vote.
I still don't know. It is still unclear. But
That's
because the thing is
also
like,
how
right
are
now
they?
we can only vote for Monica right now. That's the only one we could have voted for this runway. So
Mm-hmm.
she already has one automatically, and so it's so let's say if you were the second to last person or the last person that got eliminated before the
Right.
finale, you could only get one vote then if you were voting every week. So you'd have
That's
no
the
way of winning.
thing. So I'm like, it. I mean, maybe I guess maybe I interpreted it wrong. I don't know, but the whole
It's
thing is
also not
just
it's not explained very well.
no. And also, Rue chose like the weirdest time to explain it.
Hmm.
Like instead of doing it like why didn't you like you could have done it after the runway like before they or like after they announced like the tops and bottoms like
Hmm.
all that other stuff, but they chose to do it after the lip sync after Aja had already won, and
Hmm. Oh my
and then like right before they booted Monica,
god.
it was like, oh, by the way, are you ready to play the Fame games? Each week, queens will showcase the looks that they would have worn for that challenge, and at the end, the fans vote to see who will be queen of the Fame games. I'm like,
Okay. I
yay,
feel bad for these eliminated
great.
queens because like they just got eliminated and they had to sit there in the confessional and be like, "My dreams are ruined and I just lost Drag Race again, but ex- I'm excited for the Fame game, yeah!" And it's like,
Exactly.
they must be like
They're
so over
probably
it.
no, they're like great. I was kind of hoping for like something kind of like um I don't know. I was hoping maybe for like a twist where like one of the girls comes back or like something kind of like what they did for um was it was it five which all stars was it when they did um the girls were like competing in like a secret like lip sync like thing that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
happening
the game
aside
within a
from the
game.
regular comp. Yeah, that one. Was that 6? Or was
Yes,
that, yeah, I think, okay, I was gonna say I thought it
that
was
was
either
before
6
all
or,
winners,
yeah,
and
because
winners was
that was
7.
the long streak of Silky.
Silky
Yeah, Silky Nutmeg Ganache. Um
sweeping competition, and then Eureka. And she just had like that one bad like reveal, so Eureka beat her.
yeah, and then the Barbie girl lip sync of
Oh,
like fucking Silky's like double like sided, like, oh my god.
she's redoing that challenge from season 7, basically.
I would love to see it.
I'd love to see
Um
it.
but yeah, I'm
Oh,
like I was hoping for either that or like maybe I don't know, some kind of like Lollapalooza or,
yeah, something. I know the
like
Lollapaloozas. Well, the Lollapaloozas are kind of getting like
they're
a little old to
becoming,
me. It's a
yeah.
little stale
Well, cuz like even in I feel like even in All Stars 4,
now. Hmm.
like everyone was confused.
Yes, and that was the most straightforward implementation of the Lollapalooza, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like in All Stars 4 they did a good job of it. To
Hmm.
like, yeah, it was done well. But now like every season they're doing one.
Every season has one, and it's a little. I don't
Like
know.
they did one, I don't like they did one for season 15. They it's just they
Well, you
it's
end up with people who like are kind of underwhelming against people who kind of underwhelming. Like the
yeah,
Lucy versus Spice was
right.
like it's like
That one,
who who is that? Is that really a SmackDown people are wanting to see?
well, but I will say um Marsha
Oh yeah,
versus Malaysia,
was good.
that like low key works my pussy out because I feel like people were not expecting Marsha to like turn
Oh
it
my,
out. But I will admit, I'm a Marsha stan.
that's fair.
I am a Marsha times 3 stan. So I
Marshalls.
applause.
I met her. She's tall. She's tall as fuck.
Really,
Oh yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
we talking like 6'3" or some shit.
In drag, like maybe actually.
Probably, that sounds about right. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like 5'5" on a good day.
If I wear
Like
my good boots.
exactly, and that's like if I have like my Doc Martens on. Like that's it. Well, even then, I'm like I gained like maybe an extra half an inch, maybe an inch. So
And you know what?
five, 6.
Every inch
But
is worth it. Every inch makes a difference.
it truly does.
Truly
It
does.
really, I
Truly does.
any hole is a goal. Um, but I just like I don't know. I think I think the producers got a little lazy this year.
Yeah, it's like, do you know what kind of feels like? They were
What?
like, "Oh, the queens are getting so much attention on social media posting their unaired looks. How do we
How
like
how can
hijack
we? Yeah, how can we capitalize off that?
and like,
They turned it
oh,
in, so it's like there's no like I mean I don't know if they have something else up their sleeves for like one of the girls coming back or like whatever, but as of now there's just nothing. There's not
nothing.
really anything for us to like kind of grab onto. It's just like it's the fame games. I was expecting like some kind of like crazy like game within a game twist, kind of like
Yeah,
they
some
did
kind of
for
voting,
6,
some kind of yeah.
secret society type shit. But like
Mhm.
it was the girls will post their unaired looks, and then at the end, the fans vote for whose looks they liked the best, and that queen will win $50,000.
Okay, well, a couple things. A, $50,000 is not that much.
No,
So
it is not. I
after
think
taxes,
didn't the queen of all queens, or was that from 7? Didn't she win more? Or like who do you
oh,
remember how much?
The Queen of She already done had hers.
Oh, right. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
they also got 50K,
Okay. There you go.
which is like half their runway package, maybe.
Well, because now it's $200,000. So
Oh yeah.
that's not even half.
Not even half.
That's literally like a fourth.
Quarter, yeah.
Yeah, that's like that's like a quarter of the runway package. That's
I
like
mean, you gotta like. I mean, it's better than nothing, but like, it's also like.
no,
It is
yeah.
too. I haven't. I watched them talk, but I didn't see the part where they um showed off like Monica's unaired look. But like,
Mm.
are they like all sequestered there for the entire season, or do they make them like come back and shoot all their looks
Oh, the
before they
girls,
leave?
the
Yeah.
eliminated. Oh, I have no
Mhm.
idea. I have no clue.
That's a behind the scenes things I really want to know. Like, how do they even?
Or do they just like take pictures on their own time
And then
and
send
like
them. I don't.
yeah, send it into the producers? Like it. I don't know
That'd be kind of shitty because let's say Naisha, if she gets eliminated, she lives in Chicago. She probably has connections. She could probably do a
when.
really don't even no spoilers, no spoilers. Um, and she has a lot more connections. I feel like she has a lot of connections to like really boost up these.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or let's say someone like I don't know.
She's a
I don't want to
West
say
Coast girl now.
I don't want to say James, but like because James is pretty like successful, but like James might have some connections in Vegas because she's newer there, and it might be just harder or more expensive to do that if
Mm,
James gets eliminated. I don't know yet.
right. Yeah, I mean it's hard to say, but
Have you seen the episodes at all yet?
I've I'll be honest, I've only seen the first episode.
Okay, I won't
I
say much.
have not seen episode 2. That's
I think
like
episode one's like very meh to me.
I mean it's the premiere, so
Yeah,
like you get
episode
what you
two is
get.
really good though. I like episode two
Okay.
a lot. Oh,
Okay.
can we talk about Aja for a second? She fucking.
Uh
I don't. You know,
I
Kahana was like, "I'm about to win this lip sync. Like, I'm gonna get it." And she saw Aja. She's like, "God damn it!" Like,
yeah, they
it was a few people that could take out
she
Kahana.
was so confident and then Aja popped out and it was like, "Oh, motherfucker."
Oh, motherfucker! If that'd be like a Brooklyn Heights or Nevie Oddly popping out, you're like,
Oh
"God
my god.
damn it!"
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, cuz haven't they both done it? Brooklyn
Yeah,
and cuz or has Evie come back as an assassin or
Evie was against India Farah on all. She was the first.
right.
Yeah,
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
and
She did
Brooklyn was
live in La Vida
against
Loca.
Raja. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Right. But I will say it was so fun to see Candy and Aja like kind of they didn't get to like chit chat obviously, but
Yeah, yeah.
seeing them reunite after the whole House of Aja debacle,
Mm-hmm.
that
It was
was
nice to see them on good terms, and there's
yeah, and now the House of the Dolls is
Aja looked
thriving.
so. Also, Aja looked so good. Aja
Oh,
looked
she
well.
looks stunning. She looks I would love to see her come back for another All Stars because if we're like I feel like we're in this phase right now where we're inviting people who have already been on All Stars back.
Well, I think she was a premature cast pretty much every single time. I think she didn't have enough time on her original season to like. Oh no, she was. I think she was fine on her first season, but she was too quick to go back on All Stars.
Right.
And but now she's like even more fully realized. Like I think Aja could go far.
Totally. And speaking of going far, let's take a break.
Let's take a break. And welcome back. I hope you queer, inquisitive, and questioning minds are ready for another riveting, informative, and deciduous
Hey.
um episode or segment of Queer Quandaries with me and Alex.
All
Also, I haven't eaten
right.
breakfast yet, so don't just ignore me eating my food. If you don't like
Just
that,
in the background, if you hear Josh eating an acai bowl,
mhm, no, you don't.
no, you
Don't worry
didn't,
about it.
and
Uh,
you're ugly. Um, so sorry, I thought I was gonna burp, but then I didn't.
mm,
Oh wait, no, there we go.
there she is.
So recently, ABC News has appointed a new gay correspondent, Gio Benitez, as a co-anchor for GMA in the weekends. Benitez, who is 37, will be joining Good Morning America as a permanent co-anchor on Saturdays and Sundays. ABC News president Kim Goodwin announced in a statement to the network's news division. Um, He joins currently co-anchors Whit Johnson and Gianni Norman. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. ABC's weekday afternoon news show will be co-anchored by Ava Pilgrim and DeMarco Morgan, who took over nearly 4 months after Amy Robuch and TJ Holmes left the show after their on-camera romantic relationship was revealed. Since 2020, Benitez has covered transportation at ABC News, including coverage of an aviation industry during the pandemic, space during America's private space race, and the auto industry. Um, During his time at ABC News, he's also covered the Pulse nightclub shooting, El Chapo's escape from prison in Mexico, and the Boston Marathon bombing. An ABC News spokesperson told The Advocate that Benitez was unavailable for comment about the situation. However, GLAAD's Toni Morrison had this to say about the statement. GLAAD congratulates Gio Benitez on his new role as a co anchor on Good Morning America. Good Morning America's weekend show, and applaud ABC News for continuing to elevate inclusive and intersectional LGBTQ experiences at the anchor desk. As a dynamic storyteller and fearless journalist, Gio Benitez beams into millions of homes and hearts as a trusted name, source, and face in a time when accurate and fair reporting in TV news has never been more critical for Americans everywhere. Ever embracing of his Hispanic culture with his husband, Tommy Diodario, by his side, Gio is proof that living and working as your authentic self is the ticket to happiness, success, and unlocking your fullness. So, cheers to Gio. Welcome to the ABC News family. Well, well, well. Clap, 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 clap.
Love that for them. Some gay Hispanic, excuse me,
We love to see it.
Latin. Love to see it. Also, I mean, all honesty, I don't watch the news. Probably will
It's
never. I
yeah, I probably won't be as happy as I am for him. I probably will not be catching ABC News anytime soon because I just don't watch the news in general. I
I
get
have
my
Twitter.
news. I get my news from random sources on Twitter, who are
Mhm.
definitely reliable.
From
But
Pop Crave
right,
and Cornbread.
Crave, Cornbread, and Sierra Side. That's it.
Exactly.
Those are my only news sources: Sierra
And
Side, Pop Crave, and Cornbread.
and if they're not talking about it, it's not that important.
People, people who don't know what those things are probably listening to this like, what the fuck? Why are they talking about cornbread and who the
Popcorn and Sierra.
what is a Sierra Side? They're like, it's you.
Only the best journalist and what's the word? Journalist
Yeah, and
and
then on
influencer of our generation.
true, and on TikTok, um, huge as a mammoth.jpg.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Absolutely.
I'm such a fan of her. She's fierce.
And that's news that I can trust.
All right. What do you
But
got for
I
us?
suppose moving on.
Anyway,
According to NBC News, um, Kansas City has declared itself an LGBTQ sanctuary city.
I heard about this.
Um, and they are making moves. And so, okay, well, first of all, let's take a quick break. What state do you think Kansas City's in?
I'm assuming it's not in Kansas.
It's not in Kansas, no.
That's like the funny thing. Um,
Yeah,
Arkansas?
no. It. To give you one more guess, starts with an M.
Oh, Maryland? No.
No.
Fuck.
Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. Okay.
Which I'm like,
That
Missouri's one of those. Missouri's one of those states that borderline I don't think is real.
well I they it just like it just exists in like fictional mythology.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
It's
the lost city of New Orleans.
exactly
Just like the lost city of Atlantis. It's all just it's just a tale.
tail. Just a
All those movies and TV shows that you see about people in New Orleans, fake.
fake,
Fake
not even
news.
real.
Fake
Not even
news.
no. Louisiana's not a place. No,
It's
Louisiana's
not.
definitely a place. Uh,
We're not even
Mont-
real.
no, what? Yeah, no, not really.
I've been watching too much South Park recently.
That's totally fine. But Missouri's largest city, Kansas City, for some fucking reason,
Right.
has moved to like broaden their LGBTQ plus, what's the word?
Support system.
Uh, like
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for? Protections,
Oh, there you go.
and they're looking to protect the gender affirming care and all that kind of good stuff, and they're looking to like really because like the state as a whole
Right.
is really gone down the pooper. Uh, I think you have to
that
like be in
that
intensive therapy
area.
for a year. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not good.
That
They
just
they make it
area of the country.
boo, making it much more difficult, much more time consuming, and much more arduous to become to get gender affirming care.
Yeah.
Which it people don't understand. It's already a task and a half.
Oh, especially yeah, because those states in particular are cracking down
Well,
on stuff like this.
even before
Oh,
getting like just hormone replacement therapy, it takes time,
yeah.
it takes energy. You got to get like so many doctors and so many people to sign off on like paperwork to say, "Hey, yeah, you can do this,"
Ugh.
and it's
It's true.
nasty. So
It's
like I
it
don't.
it do be
It's
like
wild.
that. But anyway, congrats to Kansas City.
Congrats, Kansas
Um,
City.
so recently, California Representative Robert Garcia announced on Friday the Honoring All Families resolution, which is a direct response to Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's remarks that a lesbian union leader who's a stepmother of two was not actually a real mother. Green, obviously is well known for her anti LGBTQ rhetoric and other crazy comments because, that's who she is. Um, but recently, Garcia said during a hearing that Green's comments were unacceptable and affirms to the press that or no, not the press, the woman who Marjorie was like talking about, her name, wait, let me her name was God, where did that Randy Wegarden. Um God, that sorry, my notes are like so scrambled today.
It's all
Um
good. No
Garcia
worries.
said during a hearing that you are a mother. Thank you for being a great parent. And Democrats on that subcommittee sought to have Green's remarks deleted from the congressional record, but the chair, Republican Brad Wenstrup, said House rules prevented that. Garcia elaborated on his condemnation of Green's statements in a press release announcing that the resolution just ahead of Mother's Day. He said, "As an anti-LG or as an LGBTQ person myself, I know the positive impact chosen family and adopted figures have on our community. With this resolution, we stand with these families and honor the incredible work they do to nurture, raise, and provide for their loved ones. Families come in all shapes and sizes, and they shape who we are in an immeasurable way," he said. Marjorie Taylor Greene's comments were gross, bigoted, and violated the thousands of loving LGBTQ plus and adoptive families across the country. So, if there's a lesson to be learned here, it's fuck Marjorie and
All moms are good moms. Not good moms, but all moms are valid.
yeah, I was like, let's not go there, but
Mm.
but
Also, random observation: gay people be getting adopted.
they do be getting adopted.
You know what I mean?
They do. They absolutely do.
A
Gay
lot of
people.
I know a lot of gay people that are adopted.
I'm dating one currently
Hmm.
who's adopted. So yeah,
Gay
they
people be
they
getting adopted.
they do be out there getting adopted. That's
But
this. Is this the week that we get canceled? Probably. All
anyways,
right. What do you got?
our final story of the night. Um, can we not be doing this? My things. That's gonna get cut out probably anyways. So, um, the FDA, according to LGBTQ Nation, is going to proposing new rules to excuse me,
Oh,
end the ban on bisexual and gay men donating blood. Um,
hey,
it's going to be more about the amount of sexual partners you've had in the past XYZ years
right.
or months. I think 3 months. So like, let's say if you haven't been sucking and fucking for like 4 months, like at all,
Mm,
or it's just with like your husband and you both get tested regularly, they'll be like, okay, sure, you're good, you're good, you're good.
yeah.
To like donate blood, which I think is a blood shortage is always a blood shortage.
Something's
And
always going on, I feel like.
yeah, well, here's the thing. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful that they're like not being discriminatory and they're like AIDS like is less stigmatized because that's really
Right.
what it's about.
Yeah.
Um, but you don't get paid for paid for donating plasma. I used to donate plasma pretty
Mm.
fiercely. But you don't get paid to donate blood, so I don't
No,
know if
it's volunteer work basically.
yeah.
So you're just doing a good deed.
But I don't like y'all.
I don't want to save you.
I gotta be honest. Some of y'all.
I you don't. There was there was this clip from The Amazing World of Gumball, and
It's
it was
such a good show.
this the mom's Nicole, she was, there's like this episode where they had their parents, Nicole's parents were in town,
Hmm.
and they were arguing because it was like nothing was ever enough for me as a kid. And then Nicole was like, "What about the time that I needed a blood transfusion and you gave me the wrong blood type?" And then the dad was like, "Why would you settle for B plus when you can have, or why would you settle for B minus when you can have A plus?" Like,
That is, I. So a weird pivot to the fucking more ways with a gumball, but I when that show initially came out, I remember I think generally people hated it,
I think
and I
maybe
did not like it, but it's really grown on me as of late.
it's it's it's
It's
hilarious.
actually pretty funny.
It's hilarious.
It,
They
it, it-
like there's this one clip I saw recently where I don't know the setup to it, but Gumball was like flying through the air. I'm assuming he had like fallen out of a plane or something. I don't know, but
mhm.
and then he like saw a laptop fly down in Darwin. You could hear Darwin in the background like, "Gumball, grab on!" And then Gumball was like, "Hold on one sec, I just have to do something." And then I think everybody forgets that Gumball's a cat. So he like morphs into a cat and then sits on top of the laptop on the keyboard,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
he just like sits there and like starts purring and is like, and
Sorry, I love doing that.
then morphs back into himself, and then he was like, "Sorry, I just really like doing that."
Oh my god, it's
But 10 out of
so
10, 10 out of 10 television show.
very good. I
Well,
mean,
very love
I
it.
gotta admit that like I'm being reintroduced to it through the fucking split screen
TikTok.
TikToks.
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
is Gumball on Paramount Plus?
It is not, but it is on
It's on
HBO
HBO.
Max,
I don't want HBO Max.
which will soon just be Max. And speaking of the amazing world of Gumball, let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
And welcome back. And now it's time to run down this week's top 5 pop culture stories in 5 minutes with our pop culture pussy poppin' title pending segment. And here we go.
Here we
This
go.
week, Beyonce has officially kicked off the Renaissance tour, and people are calling it one of the gayest shows of all time. This show is set to include incorporations of the Progress Pride flag, in like many different forms. Will be having gender neutral restrooms at every stop along the tour, including Florida, which is kind of like a shit show right now in terms of like queer shit because of Ron DeSantis. And she will be riding the like gigantic sparkly horse that you see on like the cover of Renaissance, and just so much more. So very excited for that. If you haven't already, go get your tickets for the Renaissance World Tour. Next up, Dolly Parton has recently announced the release of her new rock and roll album titled Rockstar, which will be out November 17th. Now, people are especially excited about it because it's going to include songs with such artists as Lizzo, Stevie Nicks, Elton John, Paul McCartney, and her goddaughter, Miley Cyrus. However, people were a little shocked, considering how much Dolly has done for the queer community, to see a song on there with known transphobe Kid Rock. Dolly has yet to comment on the situation herself, but people are still plenty confused and awaiting her response.
Yeah, Kid Rock's a dick.
Yeah, no, he is. But anyway, it's official. So just in time for the premiere of season 6 on May 19th, Selling Sunset star Chriselle Strauss and her fiance, Australian music artist G Flip, are married. Chriselle posted a video of the two on her Instagram on May 12th saying, quote, "Love doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes it's immeasurably better." Lots of Chriselle's fellow Selling Sunset co-stars took to social media to wish the couple well, including Emma Heron, who said, "I've been waiting for this post all day." And Chelsea Lascani wrote, I'm not crying, I love you guys so much." Even her ex, Jason Oppenheim, who was also her boss, had nothing but good things to say about the two, stating, "I am so excited for this. You and G are the most inspiring couple, and the affection between you both is so pure. I love you two tons, and I'm so lucky to have you both in my life." So congrats to Chriselle and G. We wish you nothing but happiness. Recently, former Disney Channel star Dan Benson, who you may know as Zeke Beakerman from Wizards of Waverly Place, went on Christy Carlson Romano's podcast, Vulnerable, and talked about how being recognized nowadays is much more of a different story from his days back on Wizards to his now current profession, which, for those of you who don't know, is the OnlyFans world, and he is now like a sex worker.
Wait.
The guy who played Zeke on Wizards of Waverly Place is now an OnlyFans sex worker. So back in the day, people would recognize him, you know, when he was on Wizards, and they would be like, "Oh look, it's Zeke, the funny, goofy one." But nowadays, when he gets recognized because of his OnlyFans work, it's a lot more of a weird experience for him. He even talked about how back in the day, he was horrible at taking nudes and things like that. But now, since it's basically his profession, he's gotten much better at it. On the show, he told Christy, "I've been having a tremendous amount of fun, and I've met a lot of great people in the adult entertainment industry, and it's changed my life for the better." To hear Dan's full interview, go check out Vulnerable by Christy Carlson Romano, available on Spotify. And just in time for the premiere of All Stars 8, we finally have confirmation that Bianca Del Rio will be hosting the pit stop again this season. Very excited for that. On May 11th, Bianca took to her socials to confirm, quote, "Like a bad rash, I'm back. The greatest thing about a new season of All Stars is I don't have to compete, but get to judge all of them by hosting the pit stop. So head over to Paramount Plus now to catch the premiere of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 8. And by the time this episode comes out, the pit stop."
Yay!
And with that, let's take a break.
Goodbye. And we're back. Hello, how are you doing? I'm great. Thank you for
Wow.
asking.
Hello.
um,
That's
so
crazy.
as of today, as of right now, as of this moment, Mother's Day was 2 days ago,
That's true.
and Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Happy?
Unless you're like a real piece of shit, then
Then fuck you.
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, I was gonna say happy May 14th, 15th, 16th. That's it. I had to
Happy
like
May
count.
16th.
I was gonna say I had to like count the days.
If you were a
Um,
bad, and I'm not saying like if you're like just made some mistakes, but I'm saying if you were a bad mother. I'm saying if you were like,
if you were genuinely a piece of shit mom, then happy May
and you're
16th.
out there. I know being a mother's hard, and I know it's really what's the word, unforgiving work.
It's
However,
grueling. thankless
Yes.
work. But
Yes, and we respect all of you, and they think you the ones that do it well, and even the ones that do it mediocrely, because it's one of those things that's like even doing it like
even if you're just
good enough
trying, yeah,
is still pretty impressive.
even if you're just trying your best, you're just
That's
doing
good enough.
you're just doing your damnedest. You're doing it, and that's the point.
But if actually, I say if you're one of those mothers that are like holding their baby by the foot walking through the
Ah!
McDonald's or the Walmart, but I like dragging the baby along. But I honestly I don't hate her.
Resting your diet coke on like their soft spot.
Yeah.
putting your putting your McDonald's diet coke, just like using their soft spot
Oh my god.
as a fucking drink coaster.
This is like this is definitely an episode we're gonna get like shit if we ever get an episode for shit because I saw this I think it's on TikTok. It said me after I find the soft spot on a baby's head, and it was someone doing like a pottery wheel.
Oh my god. My
and,
god.
and
Oh
we
my
love babies. We
god.
love babies. We love babies. We love women. We love mothers.
We
And speaking of mothers, we gotta move on. We gotta move on.
we okay,
The word mother means something very different for gay people.
it's true.
Um, so mother is a term of endearment to usually a woman or even drag queen, someone who's very feminine presenting that it's
We
so slaying in some category
yes, who
to
we hold
tremendous
like
extremes
we
in high
hold
regards.
very dear. Yeah, we hold
Hmm.
in very high regards. It's like, a different version of like a gay icon to us, except
Hmm.
this person is usually feminine presenting or of the feminine gender or something like
Hmm.
that. So, today we're going to talk about some people who we believe deserve the title of mother
Hmm.
because it's Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day, and not all mothers have children, but all mothers have sons.
Absolutely. You can just ask Nikki. Um, my first pick is we'll talk about this person again later, but first off, she's a bit of a young mother, but
Hmm.
I still feel some mothership. Sabrina Carpenter.
Hmm.
She has blossomed into the like cuntiest like woman.
Hmm.
She's like, if you haven't caught some of the videos of her emails I can't send tour that she's on right now, in like every stop that she's on, when she does that show, when she does her song Nonsense, at the end of every song for every city that she's in, she does a different ending, which I thought was so cool and I think is so fun. And some of the ones that she's been doing are wild. But Sabrina, it's another classic case of Disney Channel star turned pop star, and I'm waiting for her to get her moment because I feel like not enough people appreciate her.
Hmm.
So, Sabrina Carpenter, you are mother.
Hmm.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you've been according to Ladies and Gayest, you are mother.
You are mother.
Okay, I don't know if you know about this next person. You probably know at least one of their songs,
Okay.
but Jessie Ware.
The
Do
name
you know about
sounds
her?
for the name sounds familiar.
Um, her most famous song, especially within the queer community, is "What's Your Pleasure." It's
Oh
like
fuck. I feel like
it's like push, press, more, less. Eh.
oh yeah. I know her.
She has another song, um, "Free Yourself," that is a absolute banger, and
Okay.
she is like she's really incorporated like a lot like in a way that doesn't feel like what's the word? It doesn't feel like
Forced.
she's forced or like she's co-opting like it doesn't feel like a crash grab if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. Nice. It feels authentic.
It does feel authentic, especially with "What's Your Pleasure" and "Free Yourself," because
Okay.
"Free Yourself" it's literally like it's about like freeing yourself, and it's like the music itself is like by itself really good,
Right.
like in a vacuum without the context and like the social aspect of it. It's
Right.
really good music, but
Yep.
also like the music videos and like with the content of like the lyrics, it's very it's very queer. It's just very queer. Like in the music video for "Free Yourself," everyone's like wearing like these coats, and then she's like "Free yourself," and they all take off their coats, and they're all wearing
Yeah.
like gay faggy shit underneath, and they're like basically like It looks like like throwing a ball on top of this like like table in like a dining room.
Nice.
It's so good.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm gonna send it to you now. It's you should listen to it like after at some point. It's
All
really
right.
fucking cool. So Jesse
Will
Ware,
do.
Mother.
You are mother. Next up, this woman is she's a lot of people know her for one role in particular, but she has quite the catalog of roles on the big screen. One of which was in the classic George Clooney Batman. She, I, I'm talking, of course, about Alicia Silverstone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Miss Alicia, for those of you who don't know that name right off the bat, she played Cher Horowitz in Clueless,
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
How could it not
Cher,
be?
she is just like another like if I had to make a list of like my top 5 like TV and movie blondes, she would probably be top 3 cuz
Fair enough.
I'm obsessed with that movie. But Cher Horowitz in Clueless, she was also Batgirl in George Clooney's Batman, and she just like even still to this day she's out on TikTok like reliving her Clueless days, and I'm so here for it. But like the movie Clueless just like truly shaped me, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like having that kind of an attitude is what I aspire to be. Not in like being nice to people, but like, just being like cunty.
Auntie, yeah.
So Alicia
Serving
Silverstone.
cunt in an God. I've seen those tweets where it's like how to serve cunt in a God honoring way.
A girl was the girl redefined or something? Was
Something like
there?
that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, something about anyway. Alicia
Or
Silverstone, you are mother.
you are Mother Sister Silverstone. Um, if we're talking about blonde women in film,
Ooh.
I want to give a moment to I think Florence Pugh has earned her
Ah,
title of mother.
God, I love her. I
She's
love
she's
her.
a beauty. She's like actually like now look I looked through it a little bit. She's like a pretty impressive range.
Oh my God.
She has like horror with Midsummer. She's done the Black Widow, which is like the superhero.
Yelena.
Uh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then
Yep.
she also is in Harold Styles's
Yeah.
thing,
Don't worry,
Don't Worry,
darling.
Darling. Which another
Yeah.
reason she did not like Harry Styles. He yelled at Florence Pugh. Who the
I
fuck do you
watched
think you are?
I
You
watched Don't Worry, Darling. It wasn't that good, but I
no, it
watched
wasn't.
it strictly because of
For
Florence.
Florence.
I thought that Miss Flo did a stellar performance.
Of course
So
she did.
good job, babe.
And how
Harry,
I
you
don't
did.
care if it's part of the script. How dare you yell at Florence Pugh? You need to say, director, I can't do this. I can't do this.
I can't.
Ugh.
I just simply cannot.
He'd be like, his little like fucking whatever British accent. Oh, I just
Yeah,
simply
and
cannot do this.
she's also like if you've seen some of the videos of her online, she's also like a really good cook.
Is
Like
she?
she loves to cook. Like Florence Pugh, one of her biggest like de-stressors is I saw an interview with her once where she was talking about how she had just had a really long day on set, and she like wanted to decompress, and her friends were like, let's go out, or let's like order takeout,
Hmm.
or in the UK I think they call it takeaway. um but it was like, let's order takeaway and let's, just watch some movies, and she was like, no, I need to chop onions, I need to like feel the knife in my hand. And like that's like one of her biggest, like, is just to cook a meal, like something. And I think
I
it's
cannot relate. That's one of my biggest stressors.
that at the that is where Flo and I differ, because as
Yes.
much as I love to cook, at the end of a stressful day,
No.
cooking is not usually the first thing on my mind. But you know, I. But anyway, Florence Pugh, you are mother. Clappity
Congratulations.
clap clap clap. Ah. Anyway, um, next up, this this one is she. She's been around for a while, but I feel like people just don't give her enough credit. Melissa McCarthy.
Okay.
I think she's I I'm such a fan of her, like, cuz she got a lot of people know her cuz she got her start on that show Mike and Molly that was on CBS, I think. And then she has an extensive film career. Like she did this movie, um I think it was just called Spy, but it is fucking hilarious. If you haven't seen it already, go see it. But she was recently in the Little Mermaid reboot, the live action Little Mermaid, as Ursula with
Mm-hmm.
Miss Halle Bailey.
Of course, of course.
And like she's done a lot. She's also done a lot of like advocacy work for the queer community,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think she's a really good like representation of someone of like I don't how like she's not, she's not like a boomer, but she's like it was like Gen X. With that, is that like in between like
Um, the boomers and
millennials and
millennials, yeah.
yeah, I
Gen
think
X,
she's a really good representation of Gen X. So Melissa McCarthy, you are mother.
mother. I agree with that, and also I feel bad that people give her such shit for the. I don't know if they're giving her a lot of shit for the Ursula role, but I'm sure she's getting some kind of pushback. And
Probably.
she just took a role. And she's not the makeup artist. She's not like
No. Also,
the AD.
she
She's not
like
the casting director, and she's I
yeah,
think she's a good pick out of all.
absolutely.
If they absolutely were like not gonna do a drag queen, I think Melissa McCarthy is the
Yeah.
best next option after like Ginger Manger.
And she was saying too in
Um,
one of the interviews that she did for the red carpet that she took a lot of inspiration for Ursula from
mhm,
drag queens like Divine,
mhm.
like in just, lots of really big personalities. So I think I applaud her for that.
Also, I don't. Have you ever seen Pink Flamingo?
No, actually.
It's wild. It's wild.
Okay, I'll get to it.
It's. I
I'll
don't know
add it. I'll
if you
add
want
it to
to.
the. I'll add it to the bucket list. But
Yeah,
all
but
right,
like
I
you
think
gotta
we
be in
got.
a
Oh, I gotta be in a mood.
you gotta be in the right headspace for it.
Okay,
It's wild.
I think we got time for one more each.
I'm struggling to think of like a good last one because I had Janelle Monae on there. I think she's like
She's
she's
mother.
she is mother, but I think she's popular for her music,
Yeah,
and she has like 5.2 million followers on Instagram, and she's always killing it at the Met Gala. But I think there's just something about like Janelle Monae. I think is on the level of like the not to pit women against each other,
right.
but I think she's on the same level as like the Taylor Swifts, the Adeles, the um,
She's she's definitely a top tier. Like
she's an A-list celebrity, and I think I don't know.
I
I don't. I mean, maybe I'm just not in the right spaces, and I'm not with the right people. Um, and they're not
but
talking about her a lot.
yeah.
I'm just I'm following the wrong people on Twitter. But I don't see people talking about her as much as I think they should. And she has a new album out, like lipstick something. Wait,
It's again, it's another thing of they don't deserve, kind of like how I was with Sabrina. I don't think they get enough credit.
yes, and
I
also
think that they're a top tier A-list celebrity, but they don't get enough credit from the public in general.
it's just
And
like they
no, cuz Janelle, like, she's fucking crushed
an
it. Like
icon.
Dirty
And
Computer was such a good album. Like, but my
Age of
Ralph,
Pleasure. That's the name of the
that's
album that's coming out.
okay,
The
the
new
new
album
one.
coming out. That's why I was like, I don't see people like going crazy over this album getting dropped soon. Like, can we
Right.
like not? Can we get some noise for the like? Was it? How's the thing go?
What?
It's Cher. She's like, can I
Oh.
get some commotion for the dress?
Oh. Yeah.
Can I get some commotion for the out? Like, yeah,
And then
it's very that.
yeah. And then um I had like a couple other people on my list, but we don't have enough time, so
You just
I'll
go
kind of
through like
just
rapid
I'll just do
succession,
like
like
a quick rundown.
quick honorable mentions.
Haley
Yes.
Kiyoko,
Yeah. Oh my
lesbian,
god.
lesbian mother.
Yes.
Kristen Shaw, she's like the high pitched voice. She does like Louise on Bob's Burgers and that Mabel on Gravity Falls
Mm-hmm.
mother. And last one, is this is an animated individual, but still mother all the way. Roger Smith from American Dad.
Who
Roger
officially got like a was it Trinity and
is,
Trixie?
yes, are
Oh
officially
my god.
declaring Roger Smith as a drag icon.
Wait, quick thing. I'll take 2 seconds of your time. Trixie and Trinity is a weird combo to announce that,
Right.
but also on that new cooking show with Bianca and all them, Trinity and BB as a
Of all the
team.
people, of all
What
the
the?
people, like,
I what?
did they get to choose? Like, my question is, did they get to choose their partners? And if
I don't
so,
know.
who chose who in that aspect?
It was it
Did
was it an All
yeah,
Stars one situation?
oh yeah.
And then the Pandora and Mimi of the season.
They get oh my god. They get, yeah, you get eliminated as a pair.
Mm,
No, but
okay.
anyway,
Um, your
thank
final pick
you.
for realsies.
Roger Smith.
Oh, Roger Smith is your last pick.
Yeah, that was my last pick.
Oh, okay, I thought that was the last of your honorable mentions.
No,
Sorry.
that was my last pick. So Roger
Oh, so
Smith.
so Roger Smith is mother.
Roger Smith is mother.
Actually, I
Um,
I believe that. I'll take
yeah.
it.
Okay. But thank you to all the mothers. Thank you to everyone, and thank you for your support, and thank
Yes.
you for raising us and everything that you do. So shout out to
Hmm.
the mothers out there.
Yes.
Mother, you are mother.
Yeah. Honorable mention. All the mothers.
Mother, you are mother. And speaking of mothers, you can like, subscribe, rate, and review the latest and the gayest on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Radio Public. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can find all past and present episodes of the latest and the gayest available for free the day that they come out. And the video episode of this week's brand new episode will be up every Wednesday. Check out our socials: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at TLHEG Pod to stay up to date on all things the latest and the gayest. And check out our link tree, which can be found in the bio of all of our socials, to not only find where you can listen to the show and our socials, but you can also find some charitable organizations that we are promoting at the moment. And with that, I
I'm gonna go
gotta
call my
go.
mother.
I'm gonna go call my mother. So goodbye.